Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. My name is Steve Chiama, and I'm the franchise owner for Action Coach in Fairfax, Virginia. And I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. And today I have the pleasure to introduce Terry Egley, the president of Integrity Construction Group Incorporated, as my guest. And today we're going to talk about Terry's business, her journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to operate and build a business. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when a show like this one drops. So Terry, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. And please, if you would, give us a little bit of background about who you are. Tell us a little bit about your business, if you would.
Absolutely. So I'm Terry Egley. I am the owner of Integrity Construction Group. We are a commercial general contractor located in West River, Maryland. If you don't know where that is, it's south of Annapolis. Nobody really knows where West River is. We do work all over Maryland, DC, and Virginia, DMV area, specializing in restaurants, office space, medical, retail, industrial build outs. We've been in business since 2012. I am the president. My daughter, it took us a long time to actually admit to it, but my daughter is the vice president. We didn't want, nepotism looking like, oh, she just got the job because she's her daughter, but she's been with me for 13 years now, and eventually she will be the face of Integrity when I finally get to retire.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Let's talk a little bit about structure. I think in a way you've implied it, but how is your business structured in the sense that are you a solo owner? Are there other partners? Are there outside investors? How are you guys structured from that perspective?
I am currently 100% owner. I
Hmm.
will be transferring, like I said, some of that over to my daughter. Probably the next couple years, she's going to own a piece of the company, and
Hmm.
ultimately she will own it 100% herself.
Very good. Very good. Now, you've mentioned your daughter as vice president. Um, there's a whole lot of hats that have to be worn in building a business. There's a marketing hat, and there are multiple hats even there. There's a sales hat, there's a production hat, there's an accounting hat, there's a HR hat. What are the hats you wear now? What are the ones that you have?
The hats that I have are, well, obviously I project manage our projects. The ones that I have, Randy also is a project manager. So I'm project manager, are estimating on the projects that I bring in, as well as marketing and
Hmm.
sales and HR to a degree. We have Randy handles a lot of the HR as well. But most of the networking and bringing on new business and things like that, most of it still falls in my lap.
Okay.
Very much
Are,
involved in all the day-to-day operations.
are there hats in that list that you're looking at growing beyond and getting out of?
Ooh, all of it? No. um, the part that I have come to enjoy, I think, the most is I enjoy the networking and the marketing aspect of it, but I also enjoy the project management. So I guess those two are ones that I'm not really looking to completely surrender at this moment. The daily things, the HR things, the payroll, taxes, bookkeeping, all of that I've kind of already delegated. So that's
Hmm.
pretty much handled by my staff.
Hmm.
Um, but I think I'll keep wearing the project management and the marketing for a little while longer.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Um, you've mentioned you're doing commercial work, but more specifically, who are the best customers that you're working with? Who is the real target that you really, really, really love working with at this point?
I love working with small businesses.
Hmm.
I sincerely enjoy restaurants. My superintendents might say different because they tend to be tough. But restaurant owners, they're in the hospitality business. They're great
Hmm.
to work with. I really enjoy restaurants. It's also nice that I can, send a potential client, hey, I built this space out and they can actually go in there and dine. So
Hmm.
we support our clients long after. I love office spaces. I just love small businesses and helping people who want to build their dream space. Um,
Fantastic.
we do a lot
Fantastic.
of work for property management companies. I work closely with leasing agents, for pre-construction budgets and things. But yeah, small businesses are my favorite.
Very good, very good. What makes you unique? Why would a small business contact you?
I think that being a woman in a very male dominated field has allowed us a certain compassion and nurturing nature that helps first time. This is their first time doing a construction build out or things like that. We
Hmm.
walk through the process, we help every step of the way, and then support the end user once they get open. And I think that's just a little female touch that we add that makes us a little better than the guys.
Okay, all right. That's a different twist on it, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. What's one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
Probably the amount of passion we do have for what we do.
Hmm.
We go into this, every project is our baby. And I
Hmm.
don't think that people quite understand the work behind the scenes that goes into making a successful project and getting it off the ground, and the background and
Hmm.
legwork that we do that we don't even
Hmm.
charge for. It's just because that's who we are.
Very good, very good. What was the trigger that got you to decide to go down this road? Why this?
I had some people in my corner pushing me. A lot of false information in the beginning that, if you are a woman owned business in construction, people are going to beat down your doors and you'll be a millionaire overnight. And, the government's going to throw work at you and it's going to be so easy. So all of those things sounded wonderful. Completely inaccurate information. I'm very glad I took the plunge, but I'm still waiting for them to beat down the doors. That hasn't happened yet. So yeah, that was the push. My husband had a lot of confidence in my ability to do this, and he was, you should just really do it. So I did.
So, so I guess the secret to getting them to beat down your door is to have a door and then a big concrete wall encompassing a whole mess of customers that have no place else to go.
Exactly, exactly. We figure out how to do that. I would be very
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. All right. So, what would you say, and just kind of think back a little bit, what is one of the more memorable hurdles you've had to cross in this journey?
Wow, there have been several. I think holding myself not really back, but I guess accountable. So,
Hmm.
I grew at a rate that was actually perfect for me. I
Hmm.
didn't blow up overnight. Um, I didn't have them beating down my doors and getting so overwhelmed that I wasn't able to offer the level of service that I wanted. And I think just in my mindset, it wasn't growing as fast as maybe I thought it should, but it was growing at exactly the pace that I needed it to be successful. So I guess my hurdle
Okay.
was my own brain of, oh gosh, they're not beating down your doors. You're not a millionaire. You're not doing this right. Something must be wrong. When in fact, it was actually going just the way that it should
Fantastic. What is your definition of successful?
go. Clients are beating down your doors wanting you to, do all the projects. I think honestly, just being able to wake up every day and look yourself in the mirror and knowing that you're doing the right thing,
Hmm.
that you're doing right by the people that you're doing projects for, that you can still lane, you respect yourself, that,
Hmm.
done things the right way. That's more successful to me than being a millionaire or, having people beat down your doors. I just, it's very important to me to know that I'm doing the right thing.
Very good. Very good. Looking ahead, and you've mentioned turning this over to your daughter eventually, but looking ahead, what's the future look like for the business in 5 to 10 years? Where do you see it going?
Hopefully in 10 years I'm retired. But
Hmm.
who knows? I still love what I do. So I'm not really sure when that date of my exit is going to be. I see us probably growing a little bit, maybe, some larger projects. I don't think that we're ever going to be the size of a Clark Construction or, one of the big guys out there. And I don't think that I want that for this business. So
Hmm.
I'd say in 3 to 5 years, we probably, larger projects, maybe a few more people on staff, And that's probably about the extent that I would want to grow. Now, after that, what Randy does, that's she's still young and very motivated, but I don't think she wants to be one of the big guys either. I think she wants to maintain the family element of our business. My grandsons
Hmm.
eventually will take over, and hopefully, we're around for 100 years or so.
Got it. Got it. What do you see as the main challenges of moving it forward?
So the problem with construction is it's literally feast or famine. You're either
Hmm.
so busy you don't know how you're going to get all the work done, or you're wondering where the next project's going to come.
Good.
So I think honestly, in order to grow, we need to figure out just a better, steady pipeline, not necessarily
Hmm.
more, not necessarily bigger, just more steady that keeps us busy through this lower times. We had a very promising coming into 2026 with a lot of projects that were already ours on the books, got held up with funding or permits. A lot of things happen in behind the scenes before we're able to even start, which has made a very first quarters, like our first quarter has been super slow this year. Those
Okay.
projects are still there and they're going to happen, but in the meantime, it's finding the fill-in work that has been.
Yeah. Okay. So pipeline development, pipeline maintenance, and at the
Yes.
same time continuing to move it forward and yeah. Okay. Great. 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 Um, Kind of thinking back again, back to kind of the hurdle question. You've learned a lot along the way. I'm sure you've had a few adventures along the way with this game. Um, is there anything that you can think of that if you had to do it over again, you would have done differently?
Oh, I can only contribute to most recent times. And I guess and this goes back to the pipeline things. I never put as much value into networking as I have when things, have gotten slower. I think,
Hmm.
networking is extremely important, and I never really gave that as much thought, certainly in the beginning of the business, as I
Hmm.
have now. Now, I'm building up my LinkedIn profile and trying to be more active and, doing things with a lot of networking groups and,
Hmm.
things like that. People want to work with who they trust. And the only way to make them trust you is to let them know you. So networking it was a big deal that I really didn't take as seriously as I should have.
Are there any other marketing venues that you wish you had taken on earlier that you didn't?
Probably, gosh, no, I don't really have an answer for that one. I'm with a bunch of the chambers. I've been on a board of, for a couple of the chambers for
Hmm.
things. I wish I'd have jumped into those a little sooner than I have. I mean, I've been members, but I wasn't as necessarily as active as I've
Active.
become now.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, something like that. There was opportunity. We've had opportunities to do some video shoots or, things like this that I didn't necessarily take. And, I probably should have just once again, get your name out there, things like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a balance there that you've got to think about how much. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. This is some good insights actually here to be thinking about for people. But so we don't spend the whole afternoon thinking about some of these details, let's start wrapping up with a few rapid fire questions and see where those take us.
Okay.
What would you say has been your key to success?
I think being honest, that's a
Hmm.
double-edged sword. But
Hmm.
I do honestly, I think it's just being honest about who I am, what we offer. If I make a mistake, I'll be the first one to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I
Hmm.
certainly am willing to ask the questions to learn what I don't know. Um, I think that is just being a true human and being true to yourself has been
Hmm.
um, the key to my success. I am not out to take advantage of anybody. I want everybody else to be successful. I have no envy of anybody else. I just want everybody to be successful. And I think that's helped me along the way.
Fantastic, fantastic. If you and I were having coffee at the coffee shop down the street, and somebody walked in talking about a business he was getting ready to start up, what's one piece of advice you would give him?
So I will be completely honest. So Steve Harvey has, and my husband played it over and over for me, has this, I guess I don't know if it's a podcast. I'm not even sure what this, you know, positive speech thing was, but it was just jump, just do it.
Hmm.
Like, it's a whole podcast that
Hmm.
he does on this, and it's very, very influential. Do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
You have to figure out a different way.
Yeah. I mean, you pivot. So when we first started in business, honestly, all that I did was office spaces. That's all I knew.
Hmm.
I just did
Hmm.
office space build out. And then all of a sudden, fortunately, before COVID hit, we had already started looking at, other avenues. It wasn't because I'm brilliant. It was just kind of that, you know, opportunities presented themselves. So we started going a little bit different pattern. And thank God we did because, COVID kind of took away all the office space for a very long time.
It
So
did.
had we not
Yeah.
done that, integrity would not be around any longer. You
No.
figure it out. It's all every day you learn something new. And when you stop learning, I think that's when it's time to just stop. But
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Very good. Very good. You've had a good journey. Um,
thanks.
in this journey, what are you most proud of?
Cool. Um, there's a lot. I think
Hmm.
the fact that I get to work with my daughter every day, and that
Mm.
was basically it was kind of a fluke. She was 9 months pregnant, heading in the nursing field, and was required to lift up 250-pound men and just couldn't do it. She came to me and was like, "Yeah, I can't do this anymore. Physically, I just
Hmm.
can't do it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm kind of looking for help." That was 13 years ago, and she is my best friend, my partner, my everything. And just watching her the other day, she had a project meeting. She's like, "Can you jump on this just in case there's, things or whatever?" And she handled it like a professional. I mean, it
Very
was
good.
everything that I would have said, everything I would have done. I just sat back and was, it's my daughter, just proud. So I think just the opportunity to work with her. We were able to buy a building 5 years ago that is close enough that my grandkids get to catch the bus here after school every day,
Hmm.
so I get to see them. I think just the whole family aspect. My husband retired; he's now come on board, kind of doing building maintenance and stuff. So I'm very proud of that whole. We truly are a family business.
Awesome. Awesome. Following up on that, just for fun, if we flip the question around and you had a magic wand that you could significantly improve one area of the business this afternoon, what would it be?
The pipeline, just being
Hmm.
able to know that it was steady all the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
The
Hmm.
highs and the lows will make this pink hair completely gray. Um, so yeah, I would say that would be it. Just a better pipeline of constant workflow.
Okay, very good. Most important question, how can people that want to know more get in touch with you? What are the best ways to contact you?
Oh gosh. Um, we have LinkedIn, Facebook, email. My cell phone is always on. It's never off. There's a million ways. IntegrityConstructionGroup.net is our website. Terry Egley on LinkedIn. We also have Integrity Construction Group on LinkedIn. I think Randy has an Instagram set up. I'm not real good with that, but yeah, we're there. We're kind of or this YouTube channel. Reach out to Steve. Steve will tell you how to get in touch with me.
Very good, very good. Yes, yes, ma'am. Very good. Last question. What's most inspiring to you today?
Most inspiring. I think what inspires me every day is literally helping small businesses build their dreams.
Hmm.
Um, it gets me out of bed in the morning. It makes me excited for the day. Working with clients who get to see their dream come to life
Hmm.
does still inspire me every day.
And it's got to be really satisfying to watch, one board at a time, one brick at a time, one piece of equipment at a time, going in and seeing it come together in a planned kind of way.
Yeah, it is. We leave spaces better than we found them, and then to be able to go and visit the business that you helped build the storefront for is you walk in, you're very proud. You're talking to the
Hmm.
owners, seeing them succeed. It's something that you had a part of. Is very inspiring.
Very good, very good. This has been a great conversation. You've shared some really interesting points about family business and where that can go, and a few of the tips of how to pay attention to what's going on or as that goes down. So I encourage everybody watching to save the show, come back and watch it again. Terry's got a few good insights in there that I think really help. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time a show like this drops. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. A special thank you to Terry for being with us. We really appreciate it. This is a good experience.
Thank you. My pleasure. This has been very fun, Steve. I really appreciate you. Um, you're very easy to talk to.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.